and be able to find yourself somewhere. And I didn't hear words. You're not part of the conversation today.
No.
They gave it to the married people. I'm not. You were speaking to a very a good woman whose mind was very tough, and her decision. I was enjoying her conversation until she veered off what was helping me.
Who?
You spoke to
yeah.
There were two people.
Margin or Sophia.
Yes, she was saying no. Sophia was speaking. All the things she said, she spoke. There are too many errors. We'll correct it next time. But I said it clear that if you allow your mother-in-law to slap you, it means that you are married to a stupid boy, not a husband.
Oh.
Because under no circumstance will my mother have the right over my wife. My mother is a visitor in the house, and she remains a visitor, it must be said. So she has no right in my kitchen, even to cook my favorite food for me. My mother doesn't know my favorite food after marriage.
Hey,
and I'm not expecting
your favorite food will change just because it's on your finger.
Because I am not expecting my favorite food to be eaten in my house. That is my mother's food. I'm expecting that my favorite food is now the new woman in my life because I am married. My mother has never married me before. I am not my father. And I keep telling people that if you report me to my mother that I do these things, my mother will tell you it is not true because she's never seen me doing them before as a husband. That is why you don't have right to have a conversation with your mother. If your wife is a friend to your mother, you are doomed forever. Your wife must remain as an in-law to your mother. They are not friends. Why would my wife call my mother? For what conversation?
They shouldn't talk.
They can talk, but calling you for
what about the mother-in-law that call their daughter-in-laws to check up on
me? My mother makes a mistake calling me and she doesn't get me, and makes a mistake to dial my wife's number and tell my wife, I tell your husband I'm calling him. I will not call her for 4 days.
Why?
She has broken the protocol.
Ha.
Do you know why? It is for the safety of my wife. Immediately I call my mother and she picks the call and she speaks to me. The next conversation, me and my woman back. My friend, just send me the fact the hidden soul. Bema what the next time. I don't want my mother to think that my wife is the reason why I don't call her. If my mother is calling me, I don't pick. My wife calls me, I'll pick. Because I'm not an emergency.
That's very wise.
I'm very stupid actually.
No, it's very wise. It's
no,
true.
It's a stupidity.
Because when you said the moment I will hear ever catch your boyfriend, right? So you're kind of boyfriend.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm afraid they want.
I visit my mother weekends and she knows what I like. Banku and small fish. She wants to do it for me. She calls me on the way. Me feel banku ma bu no buy. You remember much back. Then ask my wife. No, ask my wife. Will you eat? Mommy is doing banku and fish. I say no, I don't like it. Then I call my mom. I'm full.
Because the wife will not eat.
Because if I go and sit and I eat, it's like they've laid me a table in the presence of my enemy. My cup will run over. My mother will say things.
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow.
Evil and misunderstanding will follow my wife. My mother will say, hey, this is what husband be eating. When you come here, I give you food, you don't. But this is the time that I say I won't eat. And at times I'm very hungry. When we get to the roadside,
you eat and she wouldn't eat.
So once my wife is not eating, I am not eating. I'm a big fool. No, me, I've always been a fool. I'm not saying practice it.
I love you.
I'm not telling you to practice what I'm saying. It is difficult to go there. You understand? Very, very important. It's very, very difficult. Yeah. I lost the flow. So see or try so this so marrying long in marriage doesn't make you a good wife. I'm not what is obviously my 20 years, 50 years. It doesn't mean that you are good in marriage.
What does it mean?
And she's told you that the number of times she has sent a drink. And you say our day ding. Our day ding. Our day usunya say ma wale me your ba me ti awale asia. You enjoy it. Look, most people are enjoying us because they've given themselves as slaves and they are enjoying what it means to be submissive. The problem with wives, and the funny part she said is that and quality for anything quality Sunday who ja wale na quality be baso enya no crack na quality be tena wade ho agimi o David men tena wade bi anti oyiri ni e fan say my mistake my worry doing
the biggest mistake of your life.
No, you know how me as husband.
It is true. I don't want.
This is what somebody said, and I told the person I'll marry her. I'll marry her, and she will cry. Okay, so what I'm saying is that we are taking pictures, and as a husband and wife, we are taking picture. Always have your wife at the left hand side. But watch the silly thing that happens. When they are not children, you're taking pictures. Your wife will always stand there. When children start coming, anytime you want to take pictures, see what your wife does. That's stupidity. It doesn't happen in my history. So we have 10 children. The more the children come, the more far you go. So when the children go, we are far.
Oh. Today, hey, today.
Never stay in mind because of your children.
So let's go to the story.
So there's a story for the day.
Yeah.
But there's something all of you are not doing fair. And one day I'll come back and talk about it. It's about Sarkodie.
Hey, what's going on with Sarkodie?
Apart from the video, what's the last time you heard of anyone else?
So what should you do about Sarkodie? Anybody else?
You know that thing that happened with Sarkodie, and he responded to Yvonne Nelson's loose talk in the memoir. You understand? With the musical, lyrical content, and you're bad and why your heart, sir. Do you know it has affected him? Because himself.
Because of the Olympics.
Yes, you saw that letter.
So that thing worked.
You saw that letter.
Yes.
Did you really read it?
Yeah, they said he is disrespectful women. He doesn't respect women. They shouldn't.
Somebody wrote that.
Yes.
And the France embassy responded.
So that is why he didn't perform.
No, they responded and said he's not playing at the main place, but there's another one they are putting him. So does it mean if he was at the main, they'll remove him because of that letter? And who is the custodian of that letter?
Yes.
People must die. They're good that when they touch you, you should kill them. Because when they leave, Bible says that, and when the 3 wise men went to visit Jesus, they didn't come back again to Herod, but they told, Joseph had a dream. Joseph had a dream, and in the dream in the book of Matthew chapter 2 and verse number 29, he says that, and the angel told Joseph, the people looking for Jesus to kill him, all of them, Herod and his people, they are all dead. Now, when people touch you, don't leave them alive. Kill all of them to die. Because that thing that he did, and Sack was quiet. Sack and the team didn't say anything when they are saying, "Your bar and I'm bad." What Yvonne Nelson did, was he right?
No.
Once they give me finger, now you are going for an international program. Then somebody writes a letter that because of that thing you did,
they shouldn't let you.
So you keep quiet. Obi Kasman na yedi. National.
What's your free?
Amen. Finish your generation. Doreen, read a story for the day. Nene de me buy. I want you to kasa ni pato wa hubra se ne ni bi. Besa won ni bi na fa kasa. Na oni na kwaji low key de blame.
Let's yow.
Because that be a pitch the down. Don't lower it. What? Don't talk house there.
Say no, say hold on.
Who you did Canada we did.
Dr. Counselor, I'm Raymond, I'm 36. My wife is 32 years and we've been married for 5 years with a 5-year-old son. I had to run a DNA test for documentation, but my wife has never agreed that we do it. I did, and the results prove the child is mine. I told my wife that I have done DNA I told my wife that I have the DNA results, but she was upset. In her anger, without knowing the results, she shared her confession that 2 years into our marriage, 2 weeks, into our marriage, she cheated. 2 months into the marriage, she found out she was pregnant, but decided if I was the father, but doubted if I was the father.
Are you really reading what is there? Concentrate on the letter.
Dr. Counselor, my name is Raymond. I'm 36 years. My wife is 32 years, and we have been married with a 5-year-old son. I had to run a DNA test for documentation, but my wife has never agreed we do it. I did, and the results prove that the child is mine. I told my wife that I have the DNA results, but she was upset. In her anger, without knowing the results, she shared her confession that 2 weeks into our marriage, she cheated. And then 2 months in the marriage, she found out she was pregnant, but doubted if I was a father. She was willing to accept the results if I had the result I had in my hand. That was a big surprise. So I gave her the result, and to a surprise, I'm the father, 99.9%. Now my problem is I've been living with a cheating wife who was not sure I'm the father of our child. Now she has apologized and says she deserves my forgiveness because it was before our marriage. Please note, I have never doubted her, if not for this documentation. I am shattered. Should I continue my marriage? Ask who the guy is check if they are still doing it or they have broken up because I am not happy. Please help me.
And she or say, counselor.
Well,
Patron you, counselor.
about 1 minute.
I say, me think you want. I'm think I come. I say, me name me Yuri. Our way. Me did the Raymond. Me name me our 32 years. Our for 5 years. Me Eddie. Me 36. Me 32. Yeba Eddie 5 years. Or Yeba. Now I was saying me DNA test. I'm the baby crata. Now so me they be American be on fan argument. Me a me koye DNA na me say akola na ye media. Me catch me say my no DNA results no. Na the buafu. The buafu mo na on him results because any say be na akola media. Only meeting no catch me say 2 weeks and something about where they no. Oni o for die. Na 2 months our we say hey onyem now so na onye sure say akwa na media or say why ready so obeji result na ehye me nsem na de one say oji result no hu say say me na me papa 99.999% na so me how ni say sisi a oba me ni ti afele me hu say oba ayi jantra ni yere cry say jantra wife a chese onuko ni ne baba afei na all patcho na all ka kire me say I was already chan if you say me or ye answer na ye worry or say mind you me doubting the da and now see mu ya or say cause me bubu you see I mean me worry me to our yesu me go bisa akwakro me check is who da so she and I say me nja because see ade many engine how's that
I'm not what's your take? Because you wrote a story last year.
Yeah, I do understand.
Or we are there 2 weeks before
the marriage. Yeah.
2 months on our dear ma be man ko so we no hu so
onye.
Na na adwum ya ne kesen ha se kese ade akwa iwe ye. Eno na ye dia wa go free ya. Nti ono nam ne de onye setting in the mind. Onje ndi se akra na lu to
yeah.
And today be a DNA the ompese e be ye. Ba papa ne pe DNA na documentation. Ompa ni guase ye. Nti ono fa chire koye. Ba koye no na range ni 9999.8 na say no and no ga to the you say ohima makwe DNA you see wakoye den and no static confession media minimum say me anga samanya me doubt that for the time me dey wo abofree it says 2 weeks answer na be wale me obere and che be na bosumi mienu hu se menyim eti media results e wo nsem bia e wo nsem de beba bia ye be fa ne saa menim say my idea manye yi I didn't do well be man so ke baje oji ko hwe ya be man the father of the child I'm just well and what was this idea so but fa che me ba kai say chop na bi bisa idea me ye answer na ye wale
yeah. He shouldn't let her finish the statement. He should pack her things and throw it outside the gate.
Who?
The man. He should throw the woman's things outside the gates. Yes. It's not even about what she has done. At the end of the year, you don't trivialize somebody's speech. There is a high, no, you see, there was a probability that this child is not for the man. And then with the documentation, you go like the fact that I said, or some woman like woman said, she has where there's a high probability of a cry.
If your body bisa say, bisa say, why not? Obani say, bisa say, busu dia no me jaji. Ana onja na unya ba no ya ade ana wanya ade
and that me say nipa dey say fun so nipa but the fact that she's not remorseful about it, she's saying I'm apologizing but you have to forgive me because me that is nonsense. You don't trivialize somebody's pain. Hey, Bema, this thing kills people. Do you know how many people that have died because they found out that their children don't belong to them? You knew it. You knew that it was a problem. People did not put their own doubt to South Africa in the back. Oh yeah, catch now because I can't time. Why?
Lauren. What's your take?
Well, I think it's a problem. We any bibi o sebe manager to the job now.
But that's your thing. You go about you.
Matthias here. Many wo mpina. Oba de on worry na. Enya wo dia. It's what I did before we said the vow. The only way in say be a babin. And thankfully it ends the case. Then we have discussions near there. But what I did before I said the vow, really, and who in here? Yeah, trim. And men do worse. Oh boy, men do worse. We didn't see that. Just focus on your marriage. Only in Pana.
When you say men do worse, are you justifying what she has done because men do? Is she a man?
We are near one.
No, when you say men do worse, as if you are trying to equalize.
But some man say, "You will know who be that or they will create a fast out of nothing."
So the one is right to say that I did it before the time. So
of course, yes.
So the man must forgive.
There's nothing to forgive. You should continue. They should continue their marriage. Why no? Bonne ben or Diana or what in Bonne Ben or Diana. A different say, my own one didn't walk off a mechi. A different, but they see and son, I may know what dear, and now was sem and found
Bonnie wine is or so anything now, but from no only Timon. Timon, oh no, get a boy and yet, Papa Nebo.
There were no any Timon and Papa Nehamson. Or no man would be one of Timmy to me. Look no how anything. What one man anything. And a wusu just upon a car. What I understand a wusu.
And your Bemanian from Sobia so far about it to go a one for
documentation there. No, a whole no camp. I mean, you both to be able to decide. So I kind of saw on you. I mean, for a good cause, or how can you thankful the child is yours. Oh, more car.
I'm so nearly the uncle.
And no, can come on the walk. No, I want me.
That's a way BBN see. She should not even apologize.
For what? Something I did before I got married to you. I don't know what you did before you got married to me.
No, why you the equalizing is where I
am not equalizing.
So why you saying that I did
and Bonnie BNC or banning a bear man bonnet. And no.
Abna.
Counselor.
Command him say, baby, I'm ready for
Yeah.
Say, or banning your she. On your bonnie beer. So, tia, what dear no. Na ye di nkomo ko ba no na adwe ne se abofre nyamede Abraham said dey ya so ni oba te a oba ni nim se onu ani timu ntene no so in what state no ne wote what must say say bema any oba te no ye ne bone a eye easy say obetime di san komo na chere nyonko bema ana oba mbo ba de nche obeka ntem Metiwe na me ye boni bi atia me yire a me bend orin kakra na oye di otaye na wan hwa meka but se oni oba te na oba ne pa nim se abofre ya ye woni 5 years down the line this child is growing and I'm thinking say this child will be for Nanaya and not for Lutros but you are quietly living with me and I bring results quickly you rush to say I am not sorry.
Even be, especially when it was 2 weeks before our wedding. It's not like it was months. Yeah, I know now or you knew we were going to get married. We even though we hadn't gotten to the altar, you knew where we were headed. This is a woman who will do it again. You know, honestly,
so you think that it should be divorced?
You should divorce her. Plus, she's not apologetic about it.
But Doreen says that there's nothing to apologize about.
Of course there isn't.
Because she's not done anything.
To each their own.
02776096. So right now the macro ginger chips have gone powdered for your cocoa, your rice water.
So it's sugary?
No, it's
like
normal.
Honey.
No, try it and see. It's okay. Just put small. Just
You don't have what.
So your children can take. Just put on rice water, cocoa, or everything, and then you see how nice it looks. So the ginger, this is nice.
It is hard, maybe also now open one more time in the morning.
Just pour it and then cocoa spray, and then it's
ginger is a very good antibiotic.
Okay, and it helps. 0277 6096. Order yours now and let's go.
Thank you for taking us. Thank you with me. Ochina Ola Michael Edinburgh Medasi Bebre.
Tina from the month for the I get a pension, a betting me a general. So, now said you will to say I can't.
All right, so Doreen has a problem if she sees nothing wrong with what the woman has done. That's somebody's message that they have sent. Go online and read from your phone. You have a good phone. Abraham, you might be on the Kraman wife.
They do know. The wife.
And that's it. Right, so we'll go here, but I think that thank you very much. Abner, thank you very much for coming. And let's read the story for the day. Let's continue. At least we are here. We've got some views already before you came. And I saw a link writing that Doreen has a problem if she sees there's nothing wrong with what is happening. Well, that's okay. Abner, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
How is life treating you?
Thank you.
That's good. How is life treating you?
Okay, let's talk for the day.
Young girl.
Dr. Counselor, I'm weighing up 36 years. My wife is 32 years, married for 5 years with a 5-year son. I had to run a DNA test for documentation, but my wife has never agreed to that to do it. I did, and the results proved that the child is mine. I told my wife that I have done the DNA test, but she was upset. In her anger, without knowing the results, she shared her confession. 2 weeks into our marriage, she cheated. 2 months in the marriage, she found out she was pregnant, but doubted if I was the father. She was willing to accept the result I had in my hands. That was a big surprise, so I gave her the results, and to her surprise, I am the father 99.8%. Now, my problem is I have been living with a cheating wife who was not sure I'm the father of our child. Now she has apologized and said she deserves my forgiveness because it was before marriage. Please note, I have never doubted her if not for this documentation. I am shattered. Should I continue my marriage? Ask the guys, check if they are still doing it or divorce it because I'm not happy. Help me. I'll say, a friend of Raymond, we did 36 years now. They were 32 years. I'm away for 5 years. Some about 5 years now. I was so quite DNA for a passing, but they were no candia and they were no funny thing. And on your fan, she call you DNA. No, it's in the way able for Muno. And they were a confessor say, I make 2 weeks before cry about Wareno. But then we knew we could do, you know. 2 months in the marriage now, I'm saying, Mammy, they've been saying, and now what, yeah. And the results I won't seem be, and I made them a fan of sound. And see, Papa knows what told us, not the results, the ma, they really say, any Gina share, or share no who say, the bunny of a planet, dear, and also when they catch me, because, and I well, saw the chummy because me, yes, me, yeah, worry. And to them, and say, ono so worry and on doubting the really guy. Say I will book on one year on your son to I really so. So on this question say 1 year be man no so who that so you the day you ninja and see one.
Abra,
Yes.
what's your take?
My take is, first of all, 2 weeks to your marriage, they say it's just like you guys are married. 2 weeks the invitation, never be out, like be out. Oh, worry, and son. Maybe don't call all time so say.
Go.
Now we didn't.
Moon court and also question the valve, but my worry understand. Na same quote say we dey business na mo worry. Na say for all these years, so without the approach I would do the catch no wasn't right.
Okay.
Like who feel say if they try who no fan child that be you say my na mo we kind no who know where.
Okay.
Who feel say you're right there be man fan child at all costs.
Okay.
And then into the one patch only. Na be man no so no my way and the marriage no but oba no patch one patch yi.
But Obano I am from so.
On from so what me can say on from say your part. If you offer about situation here wrong.
There be on from so what is the apology for?
That was on no going in the cow. Na no no going in the car. Make us operate na kaye na share the results in the car. But once you say sometimes fear and the queen before the real thing. This is for all these years she's been dying.
Okay.
For 5 years, no, we over and over. It's after the point you're saying, Mammy will cry. But Mammy will cry, and yes, I don't know how to say, it's why didn't she hold her peace to get to know the results and Sana? We will have a cast, even if you have to be kind of waka. Now, bear money kita results when he said, "Nana, we were starting everyone to confess." No,
and you just or running ahead of the man too much. It's on one uncle pass no one when I can send me and you.
They make us if you didn't also for 5 years I worked out. I didn't know one for Papa one way DNA and clear without.
Hey, Nabla, it is said young girl or two, meaning was a Dory or Sloan Sana, so no didn't who quite any. A door benyum yebu. Young girl to say Dory. Omo mense samba. Eya, usi omonya test in just omonima. Edu. Omo timi jina hosa. Nyen samba ya omo tuno. Meme nyema me wenye ni pana me wo. Sa no me tuno. But mese sa. Omo jina test strip no sa. No I say. Omo ni tise sa. No di neti say say. Edaniana. Oh God! It's negative. Now, about the sound number, Flower, so a go baby. I mean, grow a who didn't throw. But no, couldn't say. And yet, easy to carry sample and go and cross check if the child you are doubting is not for your husband. So I understand where you're coming from, saying I'm quite the personal check before the husband makes an attempt to do it. But what do you say? On your from sober operating who can the is okay. Sana out there. I've done network now, Jinsi. And they say what do you say? Operating who too much? You could have just relaxed and say what is the result. But one say I understand her. I am not too sure this child is for him. So, yeah.
And then good evening. And to move family.
Yeah, this was his son. Now call him.
Hey, we emancipation. You're celebrating emancipation.
I'm yeah. Emancipation. Yeah. Why are you?
And then
what's the story, no?
You could know I could no cancer. Or could do before my wife for all these years when he said they banning any kunuba. Papa Pana Quadi and Nina. The confess and make 2 weeks to our wedding and the results now or suffering fan channel. No fan channel because or ye and some more worry. Papa also say we boo a soldier a buy one on your
that test today, was it negative or positive?
The test was the man. Papa is a fully father of the child.
And the lady hasn't seen the test.
Who test? And no confesses or didn't who 2 weeks before. 2 months no who's on you. enti odi who 2 weeks before mo worry na 2 months so who so no who say nyinsa no de ba wade ani mu ana obenya enti odo so what doubt that but confidence to go and do a DNA test in buy so be yin 5,600 I go a DNA test ba de onye bi da enti be man ni buy no catch e be man so no nim say results bi a ba bi no fan check na odi who 2 weeks and sana wade be man say why confused on bisa ne say the odi no egusu di na on bisa ne say why na ye nipa no odi no ma ni din ana onja na wade ese wabubu and when you be so be our opinion from the beginning and abna the internet no correct eti yeah abna ba okay abna so yanko you are telling us your point is also get no pre no and to the end so I pre no ko kan de yanka. In times like this, you should relax. Now, Abraham Bisao, let me ask you this before I go. What of Obia, what in the and you some more pre, make some more prayer, but Obia in the AD Cotiba. Opeso prove Chira was say, or no, ahead of you with a pregnancy. Now, what the car Chira was say on you. Na obewama bema na ojinse obeye ho de like obewama bema na odi mu mienu no anyinse ni ho I get one coming for but o ka kire wo ne tin se onyim na o kwa akoda bema no so onyim ena ni ti anye yo ko ka kire bema no so onyim bema no si okay we di obewo baby akodu ide don't try anything. After you train in saying ya, and fear they are in 2 years grading in sending by, or also on country. And at the Okokachi and so on, you also chance of a would dream designs. I don't know. Make us be so afraid who's also. I mean, when people use those things to their fellow women in the game and our fellow men in the game, are they also smart people? Is it a smart move?
It's not a smart move. Definitely, number one, the question maybe say relationship that woman. Who are you in that relationship? And what are you doing in that relationship? How does the Nipana own in our relationship? How does he see you? How do you see relationship, the whole of what it is and what future does it hold? Right. Yes, whatever I need to do as a partner, I'm doing it. Whatever you also need to do as a partner, you are doing it. The only be here watching. What has it got to do with me?
Hey, then okay.
So what to me, I introduce you Nipa naturally. When mommy anyway, meaning Sabema and I introduce you mama.
There be mommy and now going mommy and mommy, there be a mommy and now going through so much of home. And about coach about say I'm ahead of you, even though we are eating 1 penny. I want to them just say, me do ni abna, and I wako who. Abna be who akacho say unim say council edi me unim say unsu minim say odi na me mpo de me nyima no odi e mi enu nti me ko wo ma no
between me and councilor no councilor between me and you no what is it, what is going on between me and you? That is what me focus on
ye di e ho but see I warn you and I just say you are ahead of Abna
say dina me no ye di e ho no. You did no be a code fee, will be asked to me could didn't who baby. And I say, what is it?
Silence.
What is going? Then there's no news. What is the news?
No, the news is that Wako catch Abna say, Council and Alcasa Unquan Odi Minso. And I want so. And I want so one person pet that so better say, Cotia would in Obisudi.
And there's not a problem, no one. What's your no dear? What don't? And I
if you
don't agree with it, what would you do? Do you want to still sit there and then What? And I say,
and you be giant planting a son say I've never catch your son who did but who jam planting so and I say what my abna winnie abna yi be where you be a when you
Councillor, what is the win here? Then I will yama obana and into the winning on my way.
There be any one or two say would you wouldn't have been the son in Bejai. But the abna car and tuning me jai. Now I jam a brand quamanedi.
That is a choice you take and you accept the immediate consequences be aware
and the choice now. Choice now, oh yeah no. The choice is because abna the appeal so I'm also on your mommy.
Councillor.
Yes.
Yeah, the relationship, what does it mean? The relationship you have with the guy, what does it mean? Is it something you are planning to settle with? As a Nipano, yeah.
Oh, but it could be that it could be that you are planning to settle with. It could also be that you have settled your peace of mind when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to walking. You know, there are times that you just have a relationship with somebody for 5 years, for 10 years, which is wrong, but for you, it is sane for you. It has kept you away from sleeping around. Because after all, what do you want? You want to fuck every penny. But here, what does here? You want to fuck every penny. But here's the case that you are settled with just one penny, and then you are okay, and it has become your life assurance. Who did it? Obe waliwo, on waliwo, who when it does say ope biedia, who koti be a reliable koti awudi, and you are not sleeping around. And for that matter, it makes you look like you look at yourself like very discreet person. So people have ideas, say, oh no, neda, she's okay, so no one neda, we're being one my own kwan. So they have a case to hear say, Obifu from Sudi. You understand what I'm saying? And then
if that is what you don't want, and you want to walk away, you walk away because you don't even want to hear so what could you be? And this is the case, what could you be? Is that something you can't trade?
So I'm saying that it is a very simple thing to say walk away. But here is the case that the person you are discussing would be open. But I walk away into I'm not going to say bakuna obema info where we knew. Whoever came to tell you that I'm also sleeping with a person, win woman. Because definitely no, let me tell you, you are benefit every relationship you go into it, the benefits you accrue is higher. Maybe there's nothing you are getting than maybe a bottle of water. And when somebody supplies you a bottle of water, it reduces your money from buying a bottle of water. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying that you have settled your mind that I want to marry at age 35. But until my 35 comes, I want to stay with this guy, no matter who he is. Then somebody comes to give you the fact that even another person comes to tell, come again.
So keep quiet and suffer.
And that's what I'm saying, say. They are operating when they will be kasa say, Kotia woodin or dinu. And I won't so can would you two make a decision. Wouldn't sad ni pano? Why now? Who has destroyed what? Because if I look at your son, on him, yeah.
Your brain will make a chairman. Oh no, I pray because said the can carry me my psychic margins and said any panic see piano. Menene you, Debbie. So what's I can want the Azeka wink in your case? Councillor say one was so the point now am I discussing when they say you are not expecting anybody there. Yes, no, and now you have found somebody there. And I in any case, no, yes, there. And I say, oh, more be a medibi. No, be a medibi. No, what's me? Pack your things and go. Well, sometimes in relationship, well, yeah, a man be who within because of unnecessary things. And a busy aquadro, you can't be on the national front. And I say, yes, you can't be on the man into relationship name, and get your penny beer. But aside, aquadro. Emma one Ghana every day can crawl the Beman into it. There was sorts. That first thing is, what do you want? This is what I want. I want a man who will stay with me alone. That is what I want. There's a man I'm in a while. I don't man say, or also coming home. I
drama, I thank you, sorry, also come. Then I assess myself. We know we are drama, I come like, okay with it. And family after all, Corina, on tripping size and the Tianis, a bit so. It's in family. I don't care what she does with her drama, but be sure me because me permit for me selfish, me permit for me dear. Gentlemen, do to suko, mommy's new baby. Who's right where I would now repart. This is a relationship. And your marriage.
Me point, and say, even we've been crampled in marriage, you know. When some of these things came up, sometimes I just ignore to say me who ye. Me say I'm expecting the man to bring the lady to my face and tell me, say, shift for this lady to sit down. And I say, get up for this lady to sit down. Then I know, say, truly I've been replaced. But only namun change, obi beka bi chere me o me shop. Na me bizarre say ba me. Asema o ka chere me, wo kan wie ye no. Ndema dodo say na ato me store ha. If this thing you told me is not bringing me any money, get out of my shop.
Oh.
You know, at the point you decide and not to papa, so I just left it. Bring the person to my face. My bear man in fact and I can't tell you say. And I think counselor can say bear man what to say. Yeah, no so the man no so ajiatu. And I'm what.
But na say na yentro.
But the man thought it was true and accepted it, which means that they had a conversation. Only my lady.
Say na gini say already say ebia na gini so ka che ma guy so onyem no o ga say koyi but ka so onyi na guy so okay ya ho abena nyin say bi ani ho me you see I was connecting to Abner's conversation to our story. Abner say ma girl na up pray ni ho and I'm gonna say she went or prayer and I go say midi mi ho ase na ya wale enti empre hu na ama eni hu aba na BBC sa na get so relax enti I was just saying say what is the moral lessons about say uti ho no obi abebo amane ni ayebo wa na usu tu ho na mo what I say woni ni panic no obi abe catch us say odi mi nipa ne be kan ya na so wagi atumu na won su utu ho na mo san say where mu da no what suspect say girl we nyami ku obedi what me game now say so should you just believe anything and act? You just believe and act and nipa na buy no jobe kan ye no e no kuro enye no kuro. Should you open up and confirm your state and your status?
No.
Because that is what this guy just did. DNA. You have not seen the DNA and you are having a doubt say about free media na enye media. Then Bermanika said the results is ready. No, you are apologizing for the results that you have not seen. She's just apologizing. What I say? So that is where maybe Obiawe call one. It's what I make us say. If this is what Abna Kase, and I mean, yeah, Abna Fatun said, says somebody takes the initiative to just become the right person for the wrong reason. Obiadi obi twimpra wa hu hwe ya obi ono twimpra anya osika anya de oyema no but of feeling comfortable to be with somebody like you, so they want you around them every time. Obia wo di nti obi twimpra obi so wa ene hisa wetin posi ene wo twimpra what I say eti ono anya kwami aka wa you afio. But you don't see it because the man has not doubted you. One now doubted the paternity of the child. Papa na ko any DNA test about. Now who feel it say results of crano, the child is not yours. Why do you speak without receiving the results? Well, Abna, continue moderating. Let me ask my questions. I have a lot of questions in there.
I Alima to link say why busy Alima to any without son. You are next.
Auntie, my DNA. There's this African American woman and I say I'm needing come. I said we have your can be chairman. She's 55. I don't know free or one buy or match number 7 years. And no mobile, more explore spirituality. And then no more nambusum way so, or china no more nambusum way so. Into my minister, more called Tigari. Then some now said Tigari Kaya no. Na facts womb. And then you go to Fiana or run in the mouth. Eh, US no, which is on you, which wait and wait and wait and wait. Adaya, Ophelia said, send your 99, a baby. And a baby, Abusufia, Mamma for our today. Or no, I catch any kuno.
There is a net MPA.
But also say BP, that because a guilty conscience. A hanging Timu Hantuna and Dada. Yeah, possible. Edia Kolaya, a year can say you were starting behavior to say Nipa now, nobody 2 weeks ago. You know, something is going on now. I mean, I can say, and that is what pushed her to go and say what she said. You see, let us not sit here and behave as if say, we are situation we were not there. You don't know what the woman has been feeling. You don't know what has been going on in her head. Every cross is someone that you're born in your manema or person or capra free the woman of talk. 0.9. But baby, I say one calculating here and say, as mommy cocaine, am I ready for the consequences? Because am I ready for it? So can I continue? But one can from there. No. So yes, she ran her mouth early. But me and you cannot tell condition I know woman as a situation I know woman. Or the but the point I said she wasn't ready for the consequences, and I said she couldn't calculate the possible outcome of the confession now, and also decide to say whichever one that comes, I am ready for it. Maybe I just want to come clean, and as I said, me the idea.
Okay, but in the other part of the story, or see. Later, the father can say, "Akorani and who say Akorani and Papa Nidian," or say, "Papa no, that like undeserving said because Odi who before or Wallen." Pana Dore in Somayati as I said, it's true. There's no problem because Odi who and son are here Wallen. So what is the essence of the apology now? Or the mama Pano Odi who before here Wallen 2 weeks before our year. And it's we didn't who 2 weeks before. Why do you have to say we're cheating? Because I don't know can't say we're cheating. Or bad can say I cheated. And I don't remind you as I say on cheating and what is the man's problem? Nothing has happened. BBNC.
Women don't know how a man's mind function. A man brain said the brain function. Because the moment is, and you see, this thing it is also the same with women. It's just that we can play women's emotions and women's thoughts. The moment across the world, you say, "Obini obi akoda, obi awo ne ne wo wa feeling so exclusive." Even though kofa no onye na onye virgin, and you will now break or whatever it is. You know, say somebody has eaten her. Fair enough, but I know your fact that whole. But to be told, and even suspicion say a banner woman could belong to that person. No. The man will have a lot of questions inside his head.
And that's the questions he's asking. And you know, Obisa say, God, why na? Obisa say, Gusudi na. Obisa say, you know, Obisa says, answer when you know, say, on cross check, say, what JD, I know Gusudi.
Yes, a man will do that. Nipa brain, that is how a human being's brain works.
And do you think that Papa Nimbisano? It's your Misa.
So now you're ready to talk about. Yes, they should talk about it and trash it out.
Talk about what?
And then whatever the woman will say, Bless
Doreen says nothing has happened. It was my previous life.
You need to prove it.
It was my previous life. It was my previous life. So what is your beef?
Previous life, I watched Moabesi said, but now didn't it said 2 weeks grandpa Nakolanya. It is still in your head. The guy is still in your head.
But the result is clear now.
Without a DNA test. Yes or no? We
So,
shouldn't behave as if so.
It's what the other say. You think there's a case?
There's a case that has to be dealt with
Okay.
for everybody. You see, even if the woman lies, and that is what she is saying happened. At peace, so than to have all these questions lingering inside his head.
Okay, I get you. I'll come back again.
The moment they see dealing with it.
So the one Jenny said this issue must be discussed between husband and wife, and the woman should stop saying that I deserve forgiveness because I've not done anything wrong. Okay, I hear you. I'll come back to you. I have 4 questions for you. I'll come back. Let me allow others to share their opinion.
I'd like to take the first part of the question, which is as to whether the lady has done anything wrong or not. Well, in my opinion, I think if I'll answer it based on the few information I've obtained from Councillor Lutro, that there's no such a thing as cheating in a relationship, then I'll say that the lady is she's actually clean, if I'll put it that way. She's clean.
So it means that does it mean that you are siding with Doreen that there's nothing?
No, I'm not siding that there's nothing. However, the problem I have is with the dynamics of the relationship between the man and the woman, the husband and the wife.
Okay.
Because for a woman to respond to you under such a circumstance, that it is something that she did 2 weeks ago, means that there's a problem with that particular relationship at the first place. Either I said man on the whole thing, or it was a first marriage on the woman, or the man is not the first choice of the woman.
So Doreen says, Frema says is a goodbye sex.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of things. It's something that I've experienced before.
Oh, you yourself.
Yes, I've experienced.
You is it that you've experienced giving somebody goodbye sex, or somebody went for a goodbye sex? You experienced giving somebody goodbye sex?
Oh, yes.
On her way to marriage?
Yes.
Wow.
It has happened before. And I've heard on multiple accounts on other people too. Those things do happen.
Now you are bidding the person goodbye with sex.
And that's a very stupid thing to do.
Why? But you did it.
It's a very stupid thing to do because on an actual ground, the woman thinks she is doing it to detach herself from you, the man, completely.
Okay.
But it doesn't end there. Especially if the guy is stupid and still wants to continue that sex.
Okay.
Because most of the time, the guy that they are going to marry is not the first choice of the lady. That is when the goodbye sex do come in.
Okay.
And the person is working hard. But unfortunately, and so you came in to take her away. So she feels the desire to do compensation for the other guy. And she has nothing to offer the other guy that will give herself over for knocking. But the sad reality is that relationship usually ends only if the guy, not the husband, only if the other guy decides that I'm ending things right now and I'm not going to continue again because you are married.
So is it wrong to go and have? Is it wrong to go and have closure with people that cannot marry you, but the two of you are compatible? Is it wrong to go and have closure?
It is not wrong to go and have closure, But there are certain closure that is unnecessary.
Why do you say it's unnecessary?
If you want to talk it out, that's fine. But for you to go and give yourself over to the other partner to knock you as a goodbye closure thing, it's not the best.
Well, usually they don't go for a knocking me for closure. They go to have a final discussion to cry on each other. So how are we going to live our life? It's going to be very difficult for me to be in the arms of another man just because you are not ready to marry me. And I have to go because I'm growing. And so they start crying. And while they are crying, what do you say they are lying? When they are crying, then they go and lick their tears. It's okay, my love. I know you love me, but it's just because I'm not ready to marry. You go ahead and marry. Now consider sorry. And the consider sorry, Sana. Now I wouldn't.
I think most of these things either are pre-planned or they are pre-conceived before it even happens.
Okay.
So Mano is going to give it out to the other guy, you know. He will definitely inform the other guys that this is what I'm coming to do there. I want them to have it for the last time. And usually a very rough.
No, but let me ask you. When I see why I experienced that, was it like the lady informed you, say, me bam wedding me last? Sunday call now or buy say or no. And I only a book to be a sue, and we want to move.
Oh, it was pre-informed.
Say, me bam wedding will last.
Yeah, we'll be for the last.
And your boss will be now so dinner raw. Do share rubber.
Link.
I did share rubber, nay, then. I did how did that, and now I did share rubber near Adrian Bang.
Evidence, yeah. Counselor,
Jack,
that relationship only ends if the guy decides that it has ended.
Are you sure?
It only ends when the guy decides it has ended.
Not the lady.
But not the lady.
But she came for closure.
Because the lady is so much into the guy. That thing is just a funny way of them convincing themselves with the closure. But it is not the closure.
So you mean in those times about the side, it is the guy who closes the door?
It's the guy that is smart or he has some level of integrity. He just want to close that door.
Oh, but Link, I've met girls who are suffering and the previous guy they were with is available, and because of sex, they don't want to get to them. I mean, they've taken a strong stand.
And like I said, they might decide to take a strong stand. Maybe the virtue of maybe our moral consciousness be.
Yes.
But most of the cases, if you are able to do that to a guy, that guy has an upper hand over you. Anytime you are better of you, he can find his way around you, even when Osha ring cry.
True.
Okay.
Counselor, are you girl now no or one go back no or you goodbye sex are now one here?
Oh yeah. That night in cry. I just saw you goodbye sex. When the relationship ended, they'll feel horror. Guy no nyano bedi no. Guy na palichosa uncle bio.
So this is before she got married and I said, Onya,
that be on Wale Yempo, on Wale.
That is not, it is not the same as what you are discussing here.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Tell your wives to be on one. You can never have anything to do with them again. And
whatever it is, $1 dollars fit different.
Oh yeah, there. No, in a call.
Kafra, skako yaba.
Mute yourself. You learned how to mute yourself.
And I'm going to show you. I'm going to take over.
It's one thing and I feel say if you are any guy and for any reason the lady
so converted yeah turn 16
without any sense of remorseness.
So conversion 16 cities dollar near 16. Yeah. Or converted dollar near 16. Why?
Being married to a woman who sees you as a best
choice. I don't have any idea.
and being married to a woman who thinks that me intimate worry.
Now, corner of a sort converted here. The dollar is 16 cedis.
For the lady to be able to open her mouth and tell the guy, say, and then it happened to
say the same thing.
We even got married, no, that is some guts, because without even feeling any.
I said go for two. Or the be come up so yeah, as a permanent panel different. So I'm not permanent panel different.
So for such a lady to be able to do that and to be married to you, and so thinks it is okay for her to tell you that to your face, it happened to me, so there's nothing for you to even worry about now. If that lady gets the chance again, it will happen. Either it's already happening under your nose and you don't know it. And the other side of the coin is this: the guy has now developed some few questions he wants to ask. The reality to the ground is that this guy,
Link. I'll come to that part. I'll come to his questions, but I just wanted a basic view on the story. So keep that particular part, because the guy has asked 3 different questions, and I have 4 to add to it. We have 5 questions to do before I bow myself out today. So hold on to that particular part you are going. Okay.
All right. Okay. Onyema is next.
Onyema, what's your take on the story? Did the lady rush?
My take is, in the first place, lady, my friend Oprega.
Your friend Oprega.
Oprega. Because in the first place, the harm has already been done. Anna, give any crown, be my name, thank show my woman say, a yenetia and a yenefia. Counselor, to me, sometimes, and you may be one man, it's better to keep it in you till you die.
So, are you sure that if it were you, you would not speak? Especially when your husband came, he didn't come straight and say, "Hey, my God, dear, no, when you I am about." I mean, let's be realistic, girl.
As a human being as I am, I'll be tense. I'll be eager to know the results. The whole results, because baby, when you time unless say the same day.
Debit you, mommy. 2 weeks. 2 weeks before our Liano. And within the 2 weeks, come on, that guy need you. Because it will be said 2 weeks now, all casa quantity and time 2 weeks in the costume. That guy wears who dear, so won't be a new lady.
Good.
But when they try, need the 2 weeks.
And rush it.
Sir.
And you know, better so be Nabotre. And bring church and Emmanuel Moroso. It is a that is the time I was saying. Oh, child was all the forces from Kwana Wachawa. But that one to depend on the kind of baby now in the world. They may go on man. I said, we Pierre, it's better for you, and so be time. Because when you are, what do you do for the rest of your life? It's a better set. Open museum, benefit you to museum. Than some best ceremony. Obeka said, who serve me fetching when move you on, and let's all serve me fetching what I say. And if the one man said, Nippanic one, and you better sober ending. Because one ending are when you move for the rest of your life.
So there are times and send this here. Just apologize and leave the relationship.
Yes. Yes.
Even when they forgive you, don't stay.
Yes. Even when they forgive you, don't.
What if you love the person?
The bus station is the capital.
Don't take it. Don't bow. Yes. it's better to cry today and stop crying than to cry for the
And what if you are crying forever? There are some people when you lose them, you cry forever.
And cry forever. Oh no, at the woman in Yankopon.
And so, sir. Oh, and you broke your heart here 1 month.
Once I mean, no broke your heart and no true because my experience. You are not.
Oh, sir, I didn't say they wouldn't have broken your heart in book.
A bastard dear was doing. You say, start concentrating on the negative part of the person. Boy, you can say this is your chair. It's boy, you can not even born and become a boy, you can finish.
Ah.
What's that?
David Tiemio, say, Uri mi jaya, mi jawa. Now we are concentrating on the bar side. Na bar side no. Won't you say ye me Jimmy and the guy you can get my famous at the front? Won't you say?
And Fana, my girl, for me, I'm being trouble to meet them. There was something who said, me better than me a bit change. I cannot near president. Me catch him who said, I cannot go Ezio. I said before you go Ezio. Go Ezio.
Hey.
Sir?
Let's say a chupa because some of the other don't call presidency, there is a chupa.
And you might know all the man. And you better say, the patch near their child, you but so much on you move on. Especially when someone said in eternity. Baby, go back and you was your child. About what you know, you're the back. Oh, John, so called the back. Or you be to me because I'm now we. And my relationship really healthy. It's a better so be end this relationship. What starts a new one with Suban Papa and my Romy draws. Because our 2 weeks in the first place, who will be contest our 2 weeks a mistake. Council, I think I'll some show. A Friday at the Saturday, let me come our the best friend, a friend people. Oh, you some minute and now. A cancel, mama. And some one of your mother will be going on one of them. I think I'm going to say, Mammy, I did be a year before China Pipe, Pocina Alton and the announcements.
Wow.
But
wow.
You put your Alton and we will hear a news. But the baby answered you put your Alton and announcers or worry.
It's now a done for no catch the Bearman or Waro, Nyama, why? A night before our year. A night before our year. Hey, now we're down for no commander of one as no one. Now, Bearman, you.
But no
to enough for himself, who me, and I went Jabba quite too soon. And your boy, money as a Ukraine, I ye. Now we are me.
Now, I'm not way, as soon as you know, nobody only gun and the wells with them. On any date. And so many are crazy, no kick a car. I know my husband, so I did be a minute before or China put out and the announcements. After all time, it's with your baby and the news. I
don't know one to what.
Then so when you say me worry me worry no me be ya ka na me say from na ye na aka.
Ade je na ba kunu man iska kakra na den.
Ah ba ko ma iska.
Na den wan koji we ho. Wow.
Was doing her job. She's been hired to persuade her to marry that guy, and she was doing her job. And you would not time will see that. She was just doing her job. So on himself, still cash in the baby.
No, so why destroy her? Why won't you fight her, sir?
Is it not job? Do you think they hate you? They don't hate you, they are just doing their job. Just that why not move fast so you need a dirty kakra?
No, but Ali Mathieu. What down for what they were liberty? What down for bar Eddie Beman be a new air chimpra or no make a choice of who she wants to marry, and then you are saying, say, this one is better. So you go and tell the one she has chosen that she was sleeping with this one too. So that what?
This person can influence you to end up with who?
No, Anita, it's not. No, Anita, you're not looking at. Yeah, Anita, no, Anita, you are looking at it from a different angle. I'm saying that the fact is, you are my friend, and because you are my friend, you know that I'm sleeping with two men. And I, your friend, am making a choice. Okay, so if I say, you know that I have two people in my life, and I am making a choice. Finally, you are my friend. I have made a choice that I'm choosing Frank. But because you are my friend, I open you up to most George and Frank. Then, because you are lied to Frank, you want to go to Frank, and you came quickly to George and tell George that, do you know that you, my friend, chose you over Frank? That's what I'm saying. Are you okay with her? No, no one talk about it. Oh, wow. And I can't wait in that chair.
Okare kanse ma keke bi kanwa na no see ya no ka chen se ma no ni bibi ade bia me yire beye before china 10 o'clock e kwa china alter ni be nonsense after alter ni mu oye bibia na ye news
and I say that
na obe bia twempra na e de pe e de hwehwe be ma obe
oh
ono no hu me no choose say me
oh
it's mane ha wate me da se pa ni ofutu but mane ha
oh what are cutting power?
Some people tell you, it is actually a transfer issue. You say, you understand?
What different though? At different course, no. And we are done for the still we are done for.
They did that.
I don't need that for you. Okay, I say wali we are only nya dan for bio.
Na onimu ko say.
What?
Onimu say nkoma na omo na metewo. Up to date onimu say me dim. Jo onimu ne say onimu de odi aye me ba me nkasa na ko yi.
Eh. And a be man so ban say or the two speaker na den.
Me ni metewo.
Eh.
Nkoma me ko so na etena so. E ko so na Oman say why? Also, who drive? And I may drive. Also, be to general because sometimes they are not no yet.
Hey,
It's what say. But I may say voice now that you say madam for now.
oh,
Me say voice now that you say madam for now.
and madam for be a actual letter man a ye. Madam for be a actual letter man a ye na. Of course, so go business ade na eyi na di no. Oni ne nyonku bi di nkomo no bo o kan sembi efa ne boss on. Se na danfo no ne ti odi nkomo no. E record di o kan and or sending money boss.
I'm enough with that of me.
Yeah, you need
People
you.
do that.
Yeah, you need the one ejuma born pharmacist more. I've not compared my whole floor. Well, and to a pray no matter. So relaxing, not a DNA and some candy, so come. Matthias here. Abna, who is next?
Which tribe?
Auntie Abina. I am noisy kakri between my shoma honorable area.
Honorable.
You know, where's the 10 years me? Honorable now or there?
I'm here, but to see an member, so I didn't hear anything.
Honorable, I do need story new for Zwana.
I'm so busy, Sam, and also ready.
Ah, okay. The story no TikTok. Story near straightforward. I buy a beer, Nick Niba wine, ask me about wine, no. Or near brand table flobi, Eddie, almost 2 weeks before the marriage. Not or seen any Kunu Sudika Kranka Kraba, 2 weeks before the marriage, you'll be dinner. And Jamuari, we able to swim, you know, who say, we're missing a period. Omubane di 5 years. Now saying Bermane press up so quite DNA sans so my crata send me on the own fee Berman. But in the team and Teneno said 2 weeks before the marriage now quite do no. Even though a goodbye no. And said yin saying yeah, I'm afraid I would have wedding fear me. A bear said a DNA bofra. And your one and you could back and say, hey, yeah, my quite DNA. Now results no say a honey who quite DNA the idea. Sadie and the idea said, Ukoya na unya den. And I mean, Menya Bibia na 2 weeks answer na ebe ware na mko di mu baako. Enti mie mu ankasa no eye miti mu shigiri ha bi say abofre we ankasa na nya wo ba. Enti wakoya whatever the outcome is, I don't really care. But enye sie wi fa che me. And abema ne DNA de man say onje. So munji wadoa. Oji DNA results now. Berman they the full paternity of the child. Obie na no say the sadia the America ye nimpo me mpa ho cho esan se me ye ansana ye wale mindi me ho ewa wale no Berman say ni wabopusa ni yem hihye no eye ne se ombisa ne se ayembia mugusu di mu ho ana Berman say obiso bisa ne say Abrante no di we a friend say oti brono benso then e ba e no di Berman say e na adwen say onja na wade na na asum enjo no e ho ni nkomo a ye di awa ba na mbisa say what is your take on the story?
Really? Oh, sure. Wow. I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but so I said before, why is he want to know the DNA baby or Tene? What is that?
You remember how the woman, but media they say, you remember sa corner ho, but your question is say, I am bia I am from Sobia na.
Yeah, no, the idea is I no play now. That's I think the only thing she did.
Na say wow, I no pray. I say we Timon tene wo. And I would say
I would rather like tell me the result of the test before anything.
Yeah, you want say mommy, my instincts are right. My instincts are right. And when my instincts are speaking, I know what I'm saying.
Not why my instincts could get me in trouble. No reason. Some ways to be I'm in trouble. I would not let my instinct get me in trouble. My instincts with other things that will be fine, but not the one I'm saying when I speak it out. It's going to bring a lot of trouble.
And Alima Boka said, no Alima to say, it told me Bemo do last 2 weeks. Uni hunya maybe akra we na be able to say lutro ti akra we dey to e nyama ti say council lutro to ade na ga akra we dey obese me humi ati sa akra na ye nyama nketenkiti bi a eyi me hu adi a kire, you know that kind of move.
What? But He hasn't told me what the result is. The answer will be some mechanic who back to the menu. I'll wait until say, wow, the casse, me quiet result, no, and Yamidia, and I say Yanidia, and his tone will be totally different. We don't know what happened. Until dear,
okay. Okay. And you are praying what can the young come.
Yes.
All right. And then Obadiah, would you who's here before and after during? Shanu uncle one go count.
Now we kind of side there, and also how is that his business? Before, how is that his business? And after, so what here? What do you need to see? This is confession thing. It's crazy. No.
Once a baby and now obi de make asa or see or no nikun. Obi onya obi obedi no obi di na no beka che nikun. Esan se nikun ye na hi. O si nikun aba Ghana na nikun ba Ghana. O si nikun ba Ghana no wabeboa man we di won dia pity Ghana nyina ma ya sending evidence. And your person ye bibi man ye na ya. And your little person ka che nikun se we no.
And yes, our giant open.
I also person bibi e be nikun ya.
Well, I mean, what our intention is, but that's crazy.
And we don't just pray no one.
Yeah.
And your foot only say, but it's a man put on 20 and country.
But I will wait my child.
And what if your instincts are right?
Until say you tell me,
okay.
Then I have something to say. Until then, I have nothing to say.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. So this is my next set of questions. Then I call it a quit. My next set of questions is the man is inquiring. So we have established the fact that the girl was fast to speak, and I want to veer into quickly Doreen's part that the guy, the lady has not cheated, and I think Link said the same thing because there was no marriage before. Abner made a statement say 2 weeks before marriage they said they were any Abner 1 day before the marriage one day even the midnight to your marriage because Bema be walu no wu a unyo kuna eti me Doreen here again was that angle and say 2 weeks before the act anybody can eat. Do you know what I'm saying? So 2 weeks before the act then you're cheating, and because you're not married you don't even cheat. So I get it from that particular angle too as well. What I say, so that one I get it, but even with that the girl has still done something wrong because you can go ahead and apologize for what you have not done, but demanding that you deserve an apology because you did it before the marriage, that is where I'm saying that she should think well, because that one I don't agree. Yes, you did before, but rubbing it on the face, say, men don't go like that too. Say now only me train plan. Yeah, guy planting. No be warewa. Now Becca said my previous guy was Councillor Lucho, and he was very, very okay with me. Honorable, please mute yourself. Honorable, mute yourself.
I did though.
No, it's not muting you.
I did. And you're muting me from there because my muting myself.
No, it's not. It's not gone. Thank you. So I'm saying that one I side I just wrong. But my question is, I'm now. This is my question. The young man want to know, continue the marriage by knowing one a deal. Do you think it's the right thing for the young man to do and have a closure in this case?
I saw or clear the mind because he's going crazy. He has a lot of clearing of mind to do. Or have a closure is necessary.
You think the information on the one they did Dameno Dino, Ogusudina, now you think it will bring closure?
Set up one on.
And if you are a woman, will you bring this information out?
It depends on the state I'm in. So the Babana said the best save our no power at all costs. So now they are back.
Barbara, would this save the marriage? Say, Bear might be I want a deal, not the deal we are boss. We are sure, sir, who bring this information. A bit Buama Wadena Koso.
It's a war banner. So, where can I say, why already say, who can be now? I really man now call, but then your force also sell Banoka. And yes, a bear man now, I don't think you man, and then my coming no crazy saying it won't me fan Temia will be uncle anyway, but so person who need power, never die, he panic with never done, and no fashion, my over how, okay. But then again, the man is closure and no done obey. The man is so, then obey.
The dinner just say, Uko Kasa no press or bear, and for closure and back, and there's no need in going to tell the man anything.
For the rest of your life now, one marriage, they be a very reference, they be a very fair. They be a very fair.
So even though the man is asking, she should not give the man any information.
The man should rather seek professional counseling. No one money, she should let the woman be. Man in yes, a divorce. So on seeking for professional counseling, no journey as it is. What can I say as it is, because a no fashion brow I ran, a big boy I ran more. Because me, Kadiana, Nipano Kodini, no downfall, papaya downfall. Well, how will you take it? How will you take it? Cham no, call from a school and make me a boy away healing and no.
The Abrata you also be a dinner, you didn't know how one is also one Bonnie Penny Dean. One Bonnie Dean, dear, the way Jana Walia. And again, I say, Udi Dinu Koyede, Udi Dinu Koyede. Yanka na get Ibo Dean. Get Ibo Dean, and Ibo Dean, the sponsor for the wedding. And the financial backbones is here also. And after also a catch and the onion then. Maya strong. Maya strong. Maya strong. Matthias here. We'll never take women for granted. We are very strong.
Don't take her for granted.
No. What you can do. What you can do. Yeah, call link.
You know, I think that from my perspective, that guy thinks what he needs is answers to those questions.
Yeah.
But with my honest opinion, I think what that guy needs is one dramatic apology rendered with tears to him, just to kill his consciousness, his conscience of the fact that the woman is capable of doing something like that.
Apology for what?
If he makes the mistake. No, what I'm trying to say, the man right now is hurt. He feels as much as he thinks he can trust the lady. That is not what it is. Especially with the statement of the lady saying it happens 2 weeks before the marriage. This is what is creating that fear.
Who is hurt?
The man.
So if the man is hurt, why should his hurt be the problem of the woman?
Because it's the lady's stupidity that she used to disclose such an information to the man. Because the way the man is receiving the information is different from the way she is perceiving it to be. Because she is seeing this thing on an equal plane, as though since there is no cause for any alarm and the DNA test validates that it is your child, then there is nothing for me to even apologize to you for. And besides, it has happened in the past. But I think that this lady is either unwise for using that statement, or she intentionally said it because either she has less regard for the man. Because any wife at all that wants to preserve her marriage or has any intent of keeping her man, such statement shouldn't come. So only partner that cried 2 weeks ago, it shouldn't come from your mouth to say it happened 2 weeks ago. And that information, as at when it happened, shouldn't even be added to the conversation. So either she is already prepping her mind to lose the man, or she's just a stupid woman. No offense.
Wow.
But the reality there is, if she really wants to keep that marriage at this point, what she needs to do is to give the man one dramatic apology with tears, to kill whatever the man is feeling inside now, that he can't trust the lady anymore. If not, if that thing is not killed in the man will feed it over time. It will be very difficult for him to even deal with her in that same environment. You won't be able to deal with the woman again in the marriage. So we pick a crazy seer, like the other ladies are saying. He is going to refer, telling the man about the details about it. I've been in that kind of position before.
Okay.
Where the lady I was with cheated on me, and I got so much angry that I wanted to know the entire details about the entire cheating, thinking it was going to make me feel any much better. It doesn't make you feel any much better. In fact, it is going to make you despise the lady more. Because I dated one lady and she told me she was a virgin. That was my first relationship. But not that times, no, someone else was eating.
Okay.
And she keeps telling me she's a virgin. So after 4 years, there was one incident. Now,
Hey, link.
Or lake it.
Hey, link.
Or lake it.
Hey.
Or your link.
And then the link is really.
Or your link. Or your link. Or your link. Yeah, link. Or network can call down. Yes. And
I'm going to hear them.
Okay. Yeah, next person.
Alima to.
Hello.
Link up.
Can I continue?
Your link. Land and let's go.
All right. So I later got to discover that this lady was actually having an affair with one guy who stayed somewhere on the Spintex road. And there was even a time in the relationship where she told me she was going to visit a friend in the evening at that particular area. And so later on, I inquired about it, and then she began to tell me all the details about what she did wrong, the cheating, the time she had something to do with the guy, and all those kind of things, thinking that it was going to make me feel okay to let go of the fact that I felt disappointed that she's not what she claims she is. Now, in a nutshell, after a while, I started to despise her. Like, I started to resent her. And over time, I just didn't feel the desire to want to be with her anymore.
Oh, okay.
I didn't feel the desire to continue the relationship anymore.
Okay.
And so he's thinking that answer is going to help him. It's a false perception he's giving himself.
Oh, okay.
It's going to end the relationship rather very fast for him.
Oh, okay.
And the lady shouldn't also do it if she really wants to preserve the marriage.
Okay.
That's the best advice I can give.
So she should not confess anything.
She should not confess any details. It's not needed. What the man needs now is some serious apology, even if whether the man deserves it or not. If she wants to keep the marriage, whether the man deserves it or not is not the issue now. She needs to do something to kill that fear that has been created in the man now, or that doubt created in the man. She needs to just give one dramatic apology.
Okay.
Apology to the man and kill it there. If not, it will go worse.
Okay.
And that's it.
Thank you.
And do you think even a dramatic apology will clear them whatever the man has?
Once the apology is done, it's not their job again. Once the apology is done very dramatically, it's not their job again for the man to let go. Over time, the man will let it go. That details, if she asks it up, the marriage is over. I don't care who is going to cancel afterwards. That marriage is over. It won't work again. He's not going to see her the same way again.
Okay. All right, Abraham, we have just some 20 minutes to close. Order.
Counselor, to me, the questions the man is asking will do him more harm and the marriage more harm than good. One, in the first place, I didn't see it as an more worry. That is one. Two, hallelujah, because after all, maybe so that I'm worried. Whether it's been 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, I'm not also a virgin. You were not marrying a virgin. In the first place, you were not marrying a virgin. The time when the parent died and foul, they might also foul because if the heads will more because if the grandma your papa.
I know. Oh, but so business of Busudiana.
So did ye? Oh, was so obey me was so Sudiana. I'm not all yours. So that is a one I know, man. So very sure. Let me sweetie. How are you? You're worried for being a single. Won't you be many reassurance? But as to the find it here, any sadness is necessary. And you're healthy folks are real, even who are real. A bemo beman go down in Nikata or your machine, or the one on the machine. Who's having managed to best? If you were related to me, any necessary. Our questions never and for banning so. The money is stop so or the cry on the only woman's power and the coin of a fast picture on the GP. Not so necessary instances. You are concentrated on my worries. Because you compare the master man and no complain. Say the first man and no pray.
Don't see an answer. Memonka. That's it. That's all. Abraham, who is next?
Okay. Abraham, make a man. Yes, I will jump up with tobacco. I brought to you. I think, sir, or making dramatic apology or trying to make the man feel secure, no matter what she does, already know, or making a mistake in everything. And there's no way that he will let it go. Or dramatize the apology, or because okay, fine, that's fine. But every time there's an argument, that will pop up. So, that's a pen, that's a pen, that will pop up. Just say, no matter what, that would not go away. But the point is, so I'm sure he will find a way to, like, patch it. No one in any prison. But I think, for the girl, I don't know what she has done already. She has made a mistake of, or can someone else's worker. The second time, they was explaining. That's how much maybe independent. That's her own. That the things will get worse than it is right now. It's innocent. If right now, our Ijaya and I said a little your friends have before the woman. I think she should find a way not to tell him, leave it like that. No before cry, but me did say no matter what apology or making him feel secure, it's always going to be there. Always going to be there. It will never go away. To miss me take.
Thank you.
Prince. Reverend.
Yeah.
At the Miss Me free in commodity and say, number one, make us a organic trainer. The India make us say, me, I was fortunate enough to find myself in the midst of the elderly people. Now, me who say that some two will be no about Benny now, he may be one of the country now, or Shassia now, but we need to move on. So, a man in Casa. So, I used to ask my father what is going on. To me, you know, catch him so goofy. You are simply why you cannot tell people, you take it into your grave.
Okay.
Because 2 weeks ago, now her husband, say that we see. The DNA test not ever. Number two, whatever family say, the woman was not fast and smart enough to discern from the way the man was speaking. Go say, any go clear, if I should see back. I know brain of all kinds. With that one, I will agree with Link. See, I said the only smart enough, and I say, make statement getting quiet, say, make my brain of Anna, number 3, me, I gave up one of the kind of comments and say, no question, you are in a serious relationship, and I say, a serious commitment. Dear Quentina, who will give you a home, I will be said to be no power than I will find some green. So I make sure, because I gave up on me who and say, bear my bit menu or a man to maybe an individual win of the wine, or bad bit menu amendment to win the win or better of the wine. In same we say, we see what it is. Although you couldn't find things of the country because you so happy. I want to know. It may be only say, number one, in the course of brain of Okrakasa. Because in same city, you say, or not pay, or more you would say, only young woman, and to myself. It's a very many years, the Queen of Okuma, my Krana, our new woman, because we are not at some long other distances and our come.
And you did some Jawali.
Because they are not going to get the kind of man who know I shall see him.
Don't jam,
my dear. Because at the right now, I can't revenue money. Like, yeah. So, yes, I'm not information who be saying I will be who shall be in January. I'm very baby, I will be at 10 bed with us.
That's all. Abrada. Ali many and Paul, Onjala Wali are now on the details. It was for documentation. How many took one?
Oh, okay. The innocent one.
No, the Bemani DNA is innocent. About the DNA investigative.
This marriage, the woman should expect anything. Whether or not, she should expect anything. Because this thing is going to be inside the man's head.
But would a man be fair to break up with a girl who had sex before marriage?
If he's matured enough, if the man is matured enough, even getting to know the details of the information and knowing very well, say, if on your bonnet now, you are sure they say, okay, really, she's not doing it anymore. I think the marriage can continue. But if he's not matured enough, that is one side of it. And also let the attitude, maybe factual, say, you know, that kind of talking is going to escalate things in this situation. You know, but you see, let's all pay attention to the fact that people are settling with people they don't love.
Okay.
And people know their partners don't love them, but they still settle with them. These are the things you find in this kind of situation. Because Oba shower was held. The people who go to make 10 years, 20 years, nobody can touch that woman. This is great. Oba to me, the woman will be 2 weeks to marry you. I mean, what is going on? Yes, we can say you're cheating because you are not married to her. But how long did it take for her to decide to settle down with you? Within some period, what's making the work for
a closure. Oh, a check closure. Also,
what is closure?
A check closure, Mr. Link. A check closure.
The moment I choose one man, any other man I give myself to will disrespect my husband and disrespect me.
Now, what no? On Wale when there is husband here disrespect. Alima Jadio can Alima, yeah, when DB I require word you, a DB a mouse sister or wedding as you. And yes, sir, me penny by a DB mammy and Nije. Alima, a DB man Nije. Edia bi man nije. Alima, oye dindodo. Edia bi man nije.
These 2 men were all fucking you. Dear Benton and your what you soon and who caught none of no. Need dear young with that. Who got now why they?
And you need there no. And yet, where there, and you say, where dear, yet there. When and in one so. When and in one so. Where cut yet there? Where one so our here.
So I'm worried will be a penal. That's exactly what
I'm saying. And your person was so our little toe. We don't marry because of love, oh, we don't marry because of love. We marry because of like. When you respect yourself, there be when you respect yourself, where you dear before our year.
You know, like a chopper or something. One come out to come for your disrespect.
Well, now, sad disrespect in the very thing. Or you did in a trouble, be no idea disrespect in it. Or repino. Or repino. There's no disrespect. Or bad in the chairman, no idea, there's no disrespect.
No.
When there disrespect. Nobody has married anybody they love. Alima, the fact that you married your husband, did you love him? That's why you married him. Did you marry him? That's why you married him. The network is going. The network is not working. Like I said, the Bible you love. Nobody can know who you love before marriage. Well, in my conclusion, this is what I want to tell all of us. We rush. When we are angry, we talk too loose. And we leave a lot of traces that is supposed to remain in our mind. Because you are angry, look at what you told the guy you love. My love for you is gone. I don't know what I can do to get the same feeling I have for you. But what can I do? I'm already here. Because of pain. Because of another woman. See what you are telling your wife. You are saying things so hard because of anger. This young lady could have saved her nonsense in this predicament. But look at it. Rush ahead of the DNA results. Rush ahead of confession. Let me tell all of you, if you don't know how to manage your anger, don't allow anybody to be in love with you. Listen, my instincts are right, though. When my instincts are telling me, look at this girl. Her instincts were telling her that the child is not for the man. But today, DNA has proven it. Women, learn when to talk, when not to talk. Because most of you are in marriages that you have lost the man because of the things you said. Every day I ask myself, how can you wake up and ask your husband, do you still love me? For me, it's a foolish question. Why should you love the man you are with? Do you still love me? How? Why should you send a message? Do you love me? Yes. Why do you love me? When I die, will you be happy? When I die, will you marry again? What Jimmy? When I die, will you marry again? Promise me that I'm the only person you'll be fucking. Okay, you go. And I miss you. Have you missed me like the way I miss you? Are you using my heart and my body? You see, there are things you do to hurt yourself. So when they give you an answer, let's be careful. Let's learn how to manage our anger. In America, okay, me the manu bucket you, me go kase siya, obaga se man kase yi. Enti what you wouldn't say one kase yi. What you wouldn't say one kase yi. What you wouldn't. What you wouldn't. And I know there are more important things you are doing than me. But please attend to my message too because it's urgent. Message in any day. I miss you. Now where your message? I miss you and your message. I miss you and your message. And I'm on to can you Rogers in your or see, even every lie you tell me is true. I don't investigate your truth. That benda munjai why? There in a cogine this week. Now what you go? Sa 2 weeks kotikura say wawale. What they call fine? Munya butre munsia there. Don't jam the gun. Your husband brings a DNA result. And look at the way you're talking blah 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 blah. Now show. Say, don't ask for who fuck up. If you marry this girl in continuation, you will punish yourself and not her. Because you will never know who fucked her. You will never know whether they are still fucking. So if you continue to marry her, your wife will not suffer. You will suffer more than her. And because you are suffering more than her, it will reflect in your marriage. If you are here listening to me, be careful what you share. Whether it is past, present participle, present, absent, I beg you, learn what to share, when to share, why to share, the importance of sharing, because secrets have no expiring date. Good night. Tomorrow you'll hear me again with another time. Nobody gave me a gift, and those who want to give it can go ahead and give it. Facebook, thank you. Mensa, Soa Mensa. Akosia Edu, thank you. YouTube, thank you for watching me. Please follow Counselor Lutros. Our family is low. As I wrap up with you today, be careful what you say, because some of your words is the reason why today the same guy who loved you so much has emotionally detached from you. Some things are very painful. Very painful. I met a young man 2 days. That's when Monday. No, a man here who says for 2 years they are not having sex anymore. What is the reason? She slept with the wife, and the wife said, "Rudy, I am to say, Masiki coming." Miss Joseph Hospital said, "Wow, me earlier." And the man was like, "What? Why do you say that? Why do you say that?" I say, "No, kasa wakabone." Na asimesi kasa odini se nyene. Asimesi odini se nyene no pe no odini. So, Ophili said, "Your kind, and then let's learn what to say, how to say it, when to say it, who to say it to, and our life will be better." Take care of yourself. If you have any problem you want to solve, call me on 0277 609 644. Remember that the ginger, now we have the powder one. Put it on your cocoa, your rice water, and your life will not be the same. It's everywhere in America, including Ghana. 862-215-2007. Remember, the MSP 30 is available for all menstrual issues. Tonga Tali for men whose blood flow is low. I'll see you again on the flip side. If you are following me, follow me. If you are giving me a gift, give me now. And remember, I'm waiting for that phone. Abna is gone. She's going to sleep. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Till I see you again, stay at the top. And remember, God loves you more than any other person. Good night.